Hi, my name's Destiny. Welcome to our YouTube channel here at the Church of Scientology of Tampa. Today we're going to be talking about maintaining a happy marriage. So today we're going to be talking about relationships and answering your most frequently asked questions. Most of the information we're going to be getting today is coming out of this course here, as well as life experiences since I got married and since having done this course. The sites where we got these questions will be linked below. So one of the best ways to build trust in a relationship is to really have a foundation to start your relationship off of. This is, ensuring that the goals that you guys have, the purposes that you have in life are really aligned with your partner. Whether that's having kids or, getting married, career goals, traveling goals, all of these things is a really good foundation and something to start out with. Because if you guys are not aligned, then, later on down the line, you'll run into issues and problems with, wanting to go different ways. Another way to build trust is really ensuring that you guys are staying very clean with each other. When you and your partner are really, really close, sometimes when we do things against our own moral code or a code that you've decided to have together, whether it be obviously no having partners outside of the relationship or, just general rules that you have for each other, when we break those things, we tend to really introvert ourselves and make ourselves feel really bad. And so that's another key thing in building a trust in a relationship is ensuring that you guys are telling each other about these things. If you do something wrong or you make a mistake or, let's say you even lie about something, going back and clearing that up will really make you guys stronger. This is a good one. So in this book, there's something called the cycle of action. And when you look at different aspects of life, you can really see it in anything. Just even the cycle of life, right? You're born, you live your life, and then you die. That's the cycle of action, right? And so the same thing can be seen in a relationship. You meet someone, you go on dates, you decide that you're gonna be together, and then one of two things is going to happen. You're either going to continue to create on that relationship. You're going to continue to go on dates, get married, have kids, go out with each other and be romantic and really invest in each other and your space and making it, beautiful, or it's going to be destroyed. And that means that the create has then stopped. When you realize that you haven't been on a date in 6 months or a year, you guys haven't really created any goals together or, achieved anything together as a couple, and you see that that is really how the cycle's going, you can pretty much guess that your relationship is over or going to be over very soon. That the biggest and most important thing is that you have to keep creating. You have to keep putting into the relationship just as you were when you first got together. Dating colleagues. So this really isn't as tricky as people make it out to be. The most important thing I would say is that you have to be able to differentiate between having a relationship and working with someone, right? Those are two totally different aspects and areas of life. You have to be able to separate those two and go, this is our relationship over here and this is work over here. So it doesn't have to be as difficult as it's made out to be sometimes, but you have to really make sure that those two areas of your life are separated, because once you start mixing it, that's where people run into a lot of issues, where they get angry at each other at work because they had a fight at home the night before, or vice versa. Something bad happens at the office and then they take that home with them and then argue about it later on. If you feel like you can do that and be able to separate those two out, go for it. And if you feel like you're like, there's no way, or like whatever, then don't do it. Just save yourself the heartbreak. So this kind of goes back to what I was saying early on, which is continuously creating on your relationship. And that's one of the most key things that you learn out of this course is how to get in communication, what communication really is, and how to build a longer, more lasting relationship. That's one of the key things, is continuously creating on it. Now, in turn, if your partner is asking things about you, like what you like, your history, things like that, you also want to make sure that you're telling them those things as well. well. The most important thing is that you guys are constantly communicating with each other. That's a key thing in any relationship, whether it's with coworkers or it's, with your friends, in your relationships. Really making sure that you are in communication with them, and that, you're answering their questions, they're answering yours, and that you guys are also fully acknowledging when a person does communicate to you. Because otherwise, that's when people get upset or they make assumptions, things like that, and it just drives the relationship down. Arguments are only good when they come to a solution. There are times in relationships, and if anybody tells you otherwise, they're lying, that you're going to argue, you're going to fight, you're going to have disagreements, but the most important thing is that you guys talk through them. Work together as a team, because it's you and them. You are a team, and you have to be willing to experience these upsets and experience that person being upset with you as well as you being upset with them. But then you have to push through that. You have to fully be able to communicate your full upset, their full upset, and push through it to a solution. Whatever the argument is. Hey, you didn't do the dishes last night. And then you get into a whole argument back and forth. Communicate until you come up with a solution. And if you need to take a break, the most important thing is that you guys go out, you walk around the block, go get some space, go get a cup of coffee, and then you come back to a resolution. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. The course is going to be linked here down below, so if you'd like more information, you can check it out there. I hope you guys have the great rest of your day, and if you have further questions for us, comment them down below.